Good morning. As you all know, I'm Lady V. Thanks for tuning in. Excuse my work uniform. I was running a little late today. I was like, no, I'm not giving up on my dream. I am coming here. I am going to speak what I got to say before I go to work. So I called my job and let them know, like, hey, I'm running a little bit late, overslept. A sister is tired, but I'm not going to give up on my dream or my job. But anywho, today I'm going to talk about kids. And the topic today is knowing when you're telling your child too much. Because we can be going through things and we just decide to be like, yeah, blase scoop, da 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 da, this, that, and the third, woo 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 woo. Whole time we forgetting we talking to kids. We're telling our kids, our children, our problems. Do we not know sometimes we influence our own children? Sometimes we tell our children too much to where we're hindering their lives. We're disturbing their little brains. We're not letting them come to their full potential when it comes down to us venting to them. But a lot of us adults vent to our children because we don't have no one to talk to. But in naturality, in reality, we shouldn't do that so much. So my question today is, do you tell your kids too much? If so, let me know, because sometimes I see myself ranting to my kids, telling them things about my life or things that I went through in life, and I'll be like, ooh, I am talking to kids. Like, let me pipe down a little bit. But then I'll be like, no, I need to let them know so they are aware of what they have to face in the real world. So to me, I feel like, okay, I did good. But then sometimes I'll be like, ooh, yeah, ooh, way too much. So that's what I want to bring up and talk about, is the fact that our kids know a lot. And are you sure your child isn't running down your business to the next parent or the next child because of the actions or the things that you showed your child? I mean, really sit back and evaluate that. Do you really, really believe that your child is not taking in too much information? Can it mess up their life to where they can become angry, they can become depressed, they can become emotional, they can become distraught? They can become a lot of things by our problems, what we tell them, what we decide to talk to them about. And we have to be careful with that, because our children follow behind us. They mimic us. So what we show them, they mimic. So reason why I say that is because if I don't like someone and I'm like, yeah, I don't like woo woo, your child gonna be like, well, I don't like woo woo. Whole time this kid doesn't even know what they don't like, but the adult does. This is why you don't like a person. But the child is only doing it on the strength of you. So that's where I say sometimes we do have to be careful what we bring home to our children's ears, because they're very precious and they're very valuable. And if we don't learn how to maybe pipe down a little bit with our children, they're going to know too much. It's going to backfire, okay? It's going to backfire. So I try not to tell my children so much. So like if I'm having a problem at work, 9 out of 10, I don't come home and run it down to my kids, because for one, they're not going to give me the proper feedback that I'm looking for. And for two, they're kids. I feel like they should know the depth of what's going on at the gig, unless it's something like real minor or something, Or how about when you get into it with your spouse or your boyfriend or your boy toy or whatever you may have out there, and the kid's here, and then you come and vent to the kid like, yeah, blase scoop, yeah, I can't stand that nigga, and da 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 da. Now this kid is holding a resentment towards this guy that you're dating or your significant other, when in actuality you should have never went to that child about your problems in the begin with. I used to have that problem when they were younger, like just a tad bit younger. I mean, they're the age that they are now, but I had to be careful what I was explaining and expressing to them, because I wasn't aware that these are just kids and they shouldn't know so much. so that they're not taking it to the streets and they're not running down your business to the next individual, because kids tend to do that. So watch what you are telling your children, watch what you're saying to them, watch what you're putting in their souls, their spirits, because they can take that and they can run with it. They can take that and they can use that as a trigger against you or anything. You just really never know anymore. So when you're sitting with your child, you need to talk to them and make sure that they're not running down the parents' business or the things that other parents go through, or I mean anything. I don't want to really go too in depth, but you really have to be careful. That means drugs, money, living a street life, fathers as well. You might have sons. You have to think, like, if you don't want your child to go through the things that you went through as an adult, quit telling them so much. Quit showing them so much to where it is building up in their brain and they holding all this too, and they're stressed. They can't focus. They thinking about all types of things and the wrong things, when only thing they should be truly worried about is education, staying out of trouble, and moving on in a positive way. So with that being said, like I said, my question today is, do you tell your kids too much? If so, drop down in the comment section and let me know what you kind of might have told your child and you felt like, ooh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have told him that. Maybe that's just too much. Let me know, because sometimes I do feel like I might be telling my kids too much. But in the end, we do it because we don't have the support that we should. Because we've learned our lessons with the next human being, adult out there, by telling them information, and they go and run our business to the next individual. But I kind of risk that before I tell my child and then disrupt my child's thinking, because in reality, they shouldn't know as much as they do about certain things, to make them become like us. So be careful what you're expressing to your children. It is very serious out here, and they take it serious too, believe it or not. So if you're out there talking about murder, kill, let's sell drugs, who I'm meeting up with, who I'm finna do this with, why I'm doing this and how I'm doing this, expect for your child to take in that same type of activity, because you've showed them too much, you've revealed them too much, and that's not good. So if you have any questions, comments, or if you have any feedback you would like to give about today's show, please feel free to inbox me, drop in the comment section, anything in that nature, so that we can better understand each other and better understand the things that we do with our children, and give advice to the next parent that might be running down the wrong information to their child and why their child is so angry and things like that. So again, I'm Lady V. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.